out the box, Glaze. Knock him out the box, knock him out the box, Glaze. Knock him out the box, knock him out the box, Glaze. Knock him out the box, knock him out the box, Glaze. Knock him out the box. Who you know more realer, stories with more thriller. Spit real facts, who you know more chiller. Knock him out the box, Glaze. Knock him out the box, knock him out the box, Glaze. Knock him out the box. Once upon a time not long ago in the streets of Brooklyn, Glaze had him shookin'. If he liked what you had, got took it. Give me gangsta moves, ran with some gangsta dudes. You know I'm Brooklyn dude, straight take you fool. Me get that real 50 Cent, fat cat and pep. Had blocks on live, BGG the movement. Here to make improvements. Knock him out the box, Glaze. Knock him out the box, knock him out the box, Glaze. Knock him out the box. Who you know more realer, stories with more thriller. Spit real facts, who you know more chiller.
Hey, good day, everybody. Thank you for joining me. Just in case you're joining me for the very first time, I'm your host, the real Brian Glaze Gibbs. I was once the problem. Now all I seek to do is right my wrong, become part of the solution. Hey, shout out to my man, Walter King Tut Johnson, man. You know what? Listen, me and Tut grew up together. You know, right now we done did some terrible act that we're not proud of. And right now, they just did an interview with the judge, Judge Block. And basically right now, look, is Walter King Tut Johnson, is he the new face of second chance and redemption? So what I want y'all to do is I want y'all to look at this clip and tell me what y'all think. Drop a comment, share, subscribe. I truly appreciate it. One love.
A man sentenced to life in prison with what seemed like no chance of getting out is now free. And the judge who locked him away, well, he's the one who believed that former inmate deserved a second chance. CBS's Scott McFarland has the story.
Until a few months ago, Walter Johnson had never touched a cell phone.
Good morning, young ladies and gentlemen.
But now he's already a social media influencer.
This is all about change and transformation.
And a life coach with a following.
Society don't owe me anything, but I owe society everything.
28 years ago, he had a different title. King Tut, a notorious New York criminal executing a string of violent armed robberies, including of churches and subway cars. On his third conviction, he was sentenced to 5 life prison sentences by federal judge Frederick Block.
My only expectation was to leave prison with a toe tag.
Mr. Johnson, welcome to court.
Last summer, it was Block, still on the bench at 90 years old, who decided to release Johnson. When it finally sunk in, you were going to be released. What did it feel like?
That was the best day of my life.
Now 61, Johnson was a model inmate during 3 decades in prison, mentoring, contributing, so much so it caught the judge's eye.
We don't let everybody out of jail. People like you who are deserving, who've shown that they have rehabilitated themselves in jail, are the ones who we let out.
In a landmark ruling, the judge acknowledged he was inexperienced when he handed down the initial sentence, and that the rarely used 1990s 3 strikes law, which required life sentences for some third criminal offenses, was antiquated and too inflexible. Using a new provision in the 2018 First Step Act Justice Reform Law, Johnson filed hundreds of pages of motions seeking early release. And with a letter of support from one of his victims, he succeeded.
Everything was lifted that day, thanks to Judge Block.
The Justice Department opposed the release, arguing Johnson's rehabilitation and remorse were not sufficiently extraordinary and compelling. But their argument failed before a judge who now encourages his colleagues in more U.S. states to consider second-chance laws, to review the life terms given to teens and young offenders decades ago.
Well, I think the message is really one of redemption. It's one of hope. And without hope, people have no reason to continue to live.
Scott McFarland, CBS News, New York.
Hey, I think that was a very powerful piece, man. I think it was very powerful. Shout out to him. And you know what? Continue to do what you do, man. Continue to take advantage of the second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth chance. Because once again, right now, as you look at the way that we's brought up, you know what? We don't get that. And yet and still, this man was buried. They buried him alive with 5 life sentences. And yet and still, guess what? That's what man say. That ain't what God say. So the brother's out. He's out there being a social media influencer. He talking to kids. He's giving back. He's righting his wrong. Hey, keep doing what you want to do, man. Keep striving. Keep being better today than you was yesterday. And like I tell you right now, if Walter King Tut Johnson can change, if Brian Glaze Gibbs can change, anybody could change, because change comes from within. Hit the like button, subscribe, share, support. One love.
I don't got no bail. I'm facing 2 murders, kidnapping, weapon charges. Guess what happened? Now I'm a menace because
Brian had associated himself with probably the most ruthless and notorious cocaine crack enterprise in the city, that being Howard Happy Mason and Lorenzo Fat Cat Nichols.
NYPD rookie police officer was murdered, executioner style. And as I'm listening to that, I'm like, whoa.
you actually dealt with Brian Glaze, huh?
I dealt with him years ago, back in the 80s, early 90s. I was with where he was arrested by my partner back in those days for several murders himself.
Not bad. That was given to me by a police officer in New York called Matt Byrne, whose son was gunned down by these drug dealers up there in New York City.
Glaze was probably within the top 10 people in the city, but I'm going to say that he was probably one of the top 2 or 3 in Brooklyn. Drug dealers, and controlled the drug organization.
And you know what I did? When I got the phone, I told my man, the next time we see him, he's out of here.
Yeah.
Less than 12 hours, that nigga was dead.
This is the second person you murdered?
No. Because, like, right now, if you're going by the timeline, by that time, there's a few more before him.
You know, I heard so many good things about you. What I really like is, I know you're a tough guy. And I've known that for quite a while, and you changed your life, and you're coming around, and you're right. We're from New York, we're New Yorkers. No matter what color you are, no matter what religion you are, no matter what you are, you know, we're New Yorkers.
Well, he was a drug kingpin himself. He was a drug lord himself back in those days, and he operated out of Brooklyn and East New York, and you know, he committed a lot of violent acts himself. So if anybody knows the streets, I mean, he knows the streets.
Tottenham.
Yeah, you gotta worry about them guys. But we only have to worry about those guys in Vanderveer and stuff. You know, we all knew Glaze and Tut and all those guys.
Yeah.
I know Glaze, Supreme Team. What up, Glaze? You know what I'm saying?
Okay, Inside the Mind of a Killer, the Brian Glaze Gibbs story. Okay, I'll check that out.
Oh snap, Glaze is going live.